Myriad Social is a free speech federation of interdependent social networks focused on eliminate centralized bias. And with me is Pandu Sastrowardoyo, one of the founding members of Myriad Social. You're a G20 speaker. You graduated in environmental engineer, a microbiologist. You've done all these things. Now you're in technology as well. So just give me an overview of Myriad Social and what you're doing.
Sure. So Myriad Social is a network of multiple social medias. And you can use Myriad Social as a regular social media. And in fact, in that sense, it's exactly like other social medias, only it has like multiple additional features that allow you to send tips to people, for example, to integrate your multiple social media experiences, like from Twitter, from Reddit, and just integrate them into one place.
Oh, right? Interesting. That would actually be kind of helpful.
That's very helpful, right? Yeah, exactly. That's one part of Myriad.
Okay.
The other part of Myriad is that we allow you to create your own social media with your own rules. This actually helps a lot. There's a lot of conversation these days of free speech in social media, and we appreciate that. And that kind of conversation is something that we're enabling within Myriad, because you can actually create, like spin up your own Myriad instance. If the other instances don't agree with you, that's fine. Like even if I don't agree with you, you can still create your group of people that you can converse with and publish stories to. And that's actually something that we want to focus on, is ensuring the ability of having your freedom to host things and freedom to not host things, and the responsibility, basically.
Now, the concept of federation, explain that, and why is that important to Myriad?
So federation is actually what I mentioned earlier about having the ability of creating separate social media entities or groupings. And you can actually create a Myriad pod, basically a group of servers, and you can do so really easily. I keep saying servers, I keep saying pods, but it's actually something that's very user-friendly. Like you can basically spin up your own server, and it is like basically beholden to you. Like your grouping of users can have the experiences that you help define. You can have your own rules. You can have like one for your sports group, for example. You can have one for like your community, or your political party, for example. And these can have your own basically groupings of roles. And since they're hosted in a decentralized fashion, other people can basically stumble upon your servers and stumble upon your pods and meet your community. So it actually goes towards showing you exactly what your bubbles are, your biases are, because like if you're in just one pod and you never exit the pod, you never go into other pods, then you know you're actually biased towards one side, right?
Interesting.
And you'd be able to see all the other posts from other pods, from other instances, and just go there. And like everything is very defined by you. So in fact, for example, Myriad does not have algorithmic timelines. So Twitter, Facebook, Reddit, these have algorithms that define which posts go first and which posts go later. That is something that Myriad doesn't do. In fact, what it does is it allows users to define their own timelines, and then you can share those timelines with other people. Like, if you want to define these timelines as like that's like if there's bias in the timelines, those are clearly shown, because every timeline can be seen. Like, where does this come from? Which side of the aisle does this political timeline come from? And people can subscribe to you, or like subscribe to multiple timelines, so just to ensure that they're not in a bubble.
Yeah, so I know the free speech thing is obviously a key part of this, and that's one way. With the algorithms and the decentralization, I assume too, would be another. How do you plan to really achieve that free speech?
Right, so we launched earlier this year. We have around 50,000 users currently, and the way we want to basically bring this to, like our vision is to ensure that everyone on Myriad can own their own experiences and also own a part of Myriad itself. So that's why we launched in a decentralized fashion. So we have what is called the MYRIA token. It's listed in several exchanges. Now, the MYRIA token themselves actually allow you to govern parts of Myriad. And you do need to have the MYRIA token to actually spin up your own social media. And that creation of new social media is actually governed by the tokens themselves. So the tokens actually govern the entire structure. And I think that's why we're decentralized in two ways, basically, federated and crypto. The crypto part actually ensures it's a public good that is controlled by the public. And the federation part, it actually ensures that the content is actually owned by multiple people too.
And then explain a little bit of how somebody can get started. Where do they go? Is the platform available now to look at? Okay.
It is available now. And I might be speaking a lot about decentralization and federation, and these are not scary topics. It's actually quite easy to get onto Myriad. You can just log into Myriad with your email address. You can log into Myriad.
Myriad.social.
It's Myriad.social.
Yeah.
Yes, Myriad.social, or just if you want to go directly into the application, it's app.myriad.social. And you can basically connect your crypto wallet, or you can use your email to log in or create an account. You can start interacting. And because we have like the federated structure, you can actually choose which grouping of like a federated, like the pods that you want to subscribe to. Then you can choose topics that you want to subscribe to. It's very easy, and like I mentioned, I actually touched upon this earlier. You can basically import posts from other social networks into Myriad. So those posts that you import become available to all users. So if you can actually follow Elon Musk, for example, on Twitter via Myriad. So Myriad can be like a social media aggregator for like multiple people on like multiple accounts.
And just finally, I mean, you mentioned Elon Musk. I mean, he's taking over Twitter.
Yes.
There's been, it feels like there's a lot of upheaval in social media. I mean, what's your opinion about where is this industry going, do you think?
I am of the opinion that Elon Musk, when buying Twitter, there are things that he wouldn't be able to accomplish with that structure, since Twitter is a centralized structure and not a protocol. Jack Dorsey, when he created Twitter, he did mention that he wanted to create a protocol out of it. Correct me if I'm wrong, but the protocol, it's not a protocol. It's a centralized entity. So I don't think he'd be able to accomplish something like that with Twitter, but he might be able to do it with something that is more akin to Myriad.
Yeah. Well, and the algorithms, I think, could change probably, but the decentralization.
The algorithms might change, but the thing about these things is, because a centralized entity has like centralized responsibilities, and everyone has responsibilities, right, to the government, to regulations, etc. There will always be inherent biases in a centralized entity, and there's always going to be biases even in AI. The AI algorithms that run the network, those have bias. So we feel that it is important to basically show those biases to people, ensure that they see their own biases, and instead of actually having AI basically put bias into the network, we have conversations by basically collecting multiple posts, creating experiences for other people, sharing, and that's why we're called Myriad. It's a myriad of multiple entities and myriad of multiple opinions.
Okay. Well, thank you. Very interesting, Pandu. Thanks so much for coming in.
Thank you so much.